Good morning, students. Welcome to today's English grammar class. We are studying the second lesson, that is noun functions. In the previous class, we studied about what is a subject, what is a noun phrase, what is a compound subject, and what is direct object as well as indirect object. First, we'll just go through what is the subject once again. The part of the sentence that tells who or what the sentence is about is called the subject. Like I said, you all, they'll give you one sentence. In that sentence, first you will be having a noun, in middle you will be having a verb, and then at the end you will be having one object. So whatever noun is there, that noun is the subject. So you'll have a subject, verb, and then a object. Remember, subject, verb, and then a object. Noun is nothing but the subject. So who or what the sentence is about, that is subject. Then what is the object? It is the noun, noun phrase, or pronoun that receives or is affected by the verb. So like I said, in middle you will be having a verb, that is action, and then at the end you will be having the object. So what action is performed by the subject and on whom it is performed? The action is performed on whom, that is called as the object. So in object we have direct object and indirect object. Now like I said, at the end they have given you one object, that is going to be the direct object. Now what is indirect object? Just see there on page number 9. Just remember the two main points which are given in the box. On the right corner you can see two boxes. First important point is the indirect object is usually a living being, a person or an animal, to or for whom the action is done. Like I said, object is on whom the action is done, or it is followed by the verb. First verb comes and then the object comes. So the indirect object is usually a living being, a person or an animal, to or for whom the action is done. So in a sentence, if you have two names, two living being names, then one is going to be the subject and another is going to be the indirect object. Now this indirect object answers verb plus to, for whom and what. So it is followed by the verb to, for whom and what. So this is indirect, excuse me. So it is followed by to or for whom or what, that is indirect object. I want you all to write this definitions. Two definitions are given on page number 9. You can see there. Some verbs take two objects after them. One point and second point they have given. So I want you all to write both the points in your notebook. Just go through the example there. First one, I gave the carpenter some nails. So in this sentence you can see there are no two names, right? Two names are not there, only one name is there, and that is the carpenter. And then they have given some nails. And what is the action being performed? Gave. So gave is the verb. Next I have the carpenter. So the carpenter is going to be either the subject or it is going to be the indirect object. Sometimes if only one living being name is there in the sentence, then it is going to be the subject as well as it is going to be the indirect object. The next one, some nails. It is a non-living thing and it is an object. You know, right? Object, non-living things. So this thumbnails is the direct object. So I have direct object, now I have to find indirect object. Then the sentence is having only one living being, so it is obviously going to be the carpenter. Whereas go to the second example, man and woman together cooked their children a delicious meal. Now in this sentence, man and woman, this both are what? In the previous topic, that is noun as subject, the same example is given there. Man and woman cooked a meal together. We had seen that two living beings are there, then it is a compound subject. Now here in this sentence, how many living beings are there? 3 living beings are there. Just see that, man, woman and children. So already we know that man and woman are compound subject. So which is the left out one now? Children. Children is the left out one and it is a living being. So it is going to be indirect object. And which is going to be the direct object? A non-living thing, that is a delicious meal. That is direct object. Indirect object is their children. I hope you all have understood this. Now just see there above on page number 9, 10th example. Can you see there? The soldier carried the injured man to the nearest camp. Here also in this sentence you can see that 2 people are there. Soldier is also there, injured man also is there. So what is going to be there? Direct object and indirect object. Already we had discussed that the injured man is the direct object. And what is the action being performed here? Carried. That is the verb. Now the soldier is going to be the indirect object. Direct object was the injured man. So the another thing that is going to be is the soldier. Now coming to the C, exercise C, underline the indirect objects in these sentences. The first one has been done for you. Just see that in the first example, 2 living beings are there, hen and its chicks. So if hen is going to be the direct, then indirect is going to be its the hen is going to be the subject. So another living being, that is its chicks. The chicks is going to be the indirect object and direct object is corn, some corn. Next one, go to second one. Raj built his kids a beautiful sand castle. Here also 2 names are there. One is going to be the subject, another is going to be the indirect object. So his kids is indirect object. Third one, the chef cooked the guests a sumptuous meal. So chef, you know, right? Master chef, the one who cooks at the hotels or who is very good in cooking is called a chef. So here also 2 living beings I have, the chef, the guest. So if the chef is the subject, then guests are going to be the indirect object. I want you all to continue the similar thing. I want you all to solve this rest of the examples. Try it. I'll be sending you the photos of the solved exercise. I want you all to underline it with the pencil in your workbook. Next, now going to noun as subject of the preposition. So what is a preposition? A preposition is a word that is used to show the relationship between 2 or more people, places or things in a sentence. A preposition is a word that is used to show the relationship between 2 or more people, places or things in a sentence. So I want you all to write this, put the heading as preposition in your notebook and write the definition of preposition. All these 3 lines should be written. The noun phrase or pronoun that follows the preposition is the object of the preposition. So what is this preposition doing? You are having two or more people and it is showing me the relationship between those two or more people, places or things in a sentence. The words preposition like they are by, in, on, these all are called as prepositions. They help us in showing the relationship between two or more people, places or things in a sentence. Only remember this much. Example, some good furniture was made by the carpenter. So here I'm having two non-living things, good furniture. And they have asked me which is a preposition in this sentence. Some good furniture was made by the carpenter. So the relationship between non-living thing and a living thing is joined by which word? By. So by is the preposition. The child waited in a line. So the children waited in a line. Children is going to be the subject. A line is going to be the object. So this subject and object are joined by which word? In. It is a preposition. I hope it is clear to you all. Now they have given you one exercise. Some words are given in the box and these words should be used to fill those blanks. This paragraph is all about the storm. So how the storm is, you know, right? What is a storm? Wind blowing very fast with a great speed. Sometimes it will affect the land, the crops, houses, buildings a lot. It is having a lot of strength. So you have to solve this. I'll be sending you the answers. The next one, they have asked you in exercise E to find the subject, direct object, indirect object, and OP means object of the preposition. So you have to write all this. I want you all to solve. Like the first one, the old villa is now a big modern mansion. So we are talking about what? The old villa. So identify the function of the underlined noun phrases. So underlined one is the old villa. So I'm talking about old villa. So it is going to be the subject. Next, the pilot had to crash land the plane on the plateau. If they had underlined the pilot, then it would have been the subject. But they have not underlined. They have underlined the plateau. So plateau, on the plateau. So on is going to be the preposition. So after preposition, what has come? The plateau. So it is going to be the object of the preposition. And the plane is going to be the direct object. Next, third one, Hansita knitted her son a woolen scarf. Her son. So here in this sentence, just see, we are having two living beings, Hansita and her son. So Hansita is going to be the subject, her son is going to be the indirect object. Next one, the shopping center is overcrowded during the festivals. So we are talking about the shopping center. So it is going to be the subject and the festival. It is going to be the object of the preposition. Similarly, I want you all to solve the rest of the examples. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Just write with pencil in your book. And neat handwriting and tidiness should be maintained. Cleanliness should be maintained in the book. Thank you.